Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Barefoot Desert by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. As always, this song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you want to be that person to request something, just put it in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. Now, at this point, you guys know I've heard plenty of music from King Gizzard. They're one of my favorite bands at the moment, and I'm just, they've got so much music that I'm trying to catch up. So this is a continued effort to try to listen to all the King Giz. The last song I did from them was Straws in the Wind, which was a cool one. And just hoping for another good one. So that's about it. I've heard a few songs off of Gumboot Soup, and just yeah, kind of know what to expect. Maybe it's always hard to say that you know what to expect from King Gizzard because they all are so versatile and just do so many different things. So anyway, let's listen to it. Again, this is Barefoot Desert, King Gizzard, and the Lizard Wizard. Let's do it.
Lately I'm away on through Barefoot desert, moving down my neck.
I kind of liked that. It was a little weird, but I definitely dug it. I would say my favorite part of that song in particular was probably the bass. I just thought the bass was very groovy, very fun. I don't know what that reminded me of. Maybe like an early morning kids cartoon or something. Just like the soundtrack to one of those. I mean, I don't know. It was kind of weird and out there, but I definitely enjoyed it. So anyway, let's break it down like we always do. Let's start with those lyrics. So taking a look at it. It does say here Ambrose Kenny Smith is on the vocals for this track. I kind of had a feeling it's kind of funny because the last song I listened to was Straws in the Wind, which also featured Ambrose on lead vocals here. So just kind of funny that it happened to work out back to back. King Gizzard reviews were with him on vocals. So anyway, let's take a look at those lyrics. Lately I'm aware, unprepared, barefoot desert, breathing down my neck, unprepared, barefoot desert, never think ahead, unprepared, barefoot desert. Come on in if you dare to my capsule of stress. It's a misconcepted story from perspective, lost in the barefoot desert. Lately I'm aware, unprepared barefoot desert, breathing down my neck, unprepared barefoot desert, never think ahead, unprepared barefoot desert, come on in if you dare to my capsule of stress. I stand here corrected, misguided, rejected, lost in the barefoot desert. Not sure if this is metaphor for something. I'm assuming it's just talking about being unprepared, not ever planning ahead, being like, I take barefoot desert as him being barefoot in the desert, like not prepared for anything. So who am I to judge? Too stubborn to budge when I'm down here and you're way up above. Should have put some shoes on before I left the bus. There it is. Now I've been neglected. I'm the last one stranded, lost in the barefoot desert. Why can't I leave? What's stopping me from this prison? Straight jacket and shackles at my feet. I'm grounded. Throw away the key for eternity. I'm desperate. Lately I'm aware, unprepared barefoot desert, breathing down my neck, unprepared barefoot desert. Never think ahead, unprepared barefoot desert. Come on in if you dare to my capsule of stress. Okay, like I said, not too sure what's exactly going on in this song. I kind of take it for, I guess, a little bit of face value of just like being unprepared, not thinking ahead, not thinking towards the future. You know, with King Gizzard, a lot of their music I feel like is in a broader sense about humanity and not thinking ahead, not planning for the future, that kind of thing. So that's what I get out of this one is just being unprepared, being literally barefoot in the desert. Because of poor planning or what have you. So lyrically it's pretty interesting. Not too sure if I hit the nail on the head or if I'm just totally way off or there's just no really meaning for this song to begin with, but regardless I thought it was at least interesting enough to warrant one thumb up. So as far as instrumentation goes, there's kind of a lot going on here while at the same time being a pretty simple song. What was that interesting? I wonder if they give it some credit here. Was it like thunder is getting louder, but no rain yet. Sorry, it's really dark in here. Usually I rely on just sunlight to light my videos, but so I know my camera's not that great in lower light, so sorry if it's a little fuzzy, but anyway, I'm just curious to see what we had here. So, okay, so that was flute and then mellotron. The flute was interesting. Again, that's kind of what gave me that like sort of Saturday morning cartoon vibe. I love the bass by it looks like Cook Craig. That was fantastic throughout. He had a little bit of guitar in there as well, so I think he did a good job. Vocals by Cook and Ambrose. I think he was good vocally here. And Ambrose can obviously sing. I feel like when they give him the lead vocals on King Gizzard tracks, it's usually for like kind of a weird out there song, oddly enough. So I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, I think the best thing I can say about this song was the bass and how just cool that was, how enjoyable it was to listen to. But the flute definitely had made it a little bit more interesting. There were some nice little guitar parts in there as well. Overall, not a bad song. This one is, it's kind of weird because I was looking at the track listing just a minute ago, and it was like I think this song and then Superposition, or this song and then Muddy Waters, Superposition, something like that. So a string of pretty good songs, with this one being kind of weird to start it all off. But regardless, I think it was a fine song instrumentally, vocally. I think it was fine. I don't know if it's it's not gonna be up there with my favorites from this band, but it was at least good enough. So I give it a thumb up there as well. As far as replay value goes, I mean, kind of what I just said. It's a good song. It's not up there with my favorites from this band, and so So I think, I'm a big King Gizzard fanboy at this point, so I feel like it has to go, on the playlist. But I just don't see myself really listening to it as much as some of the other King Gizzard songs that I've reviewed so far. So I give it a thumb up there as well. Overall, not a bad song, and it's kind of good to see how it fits with the rest of Gumboot Soup. Honestly, at this point, I've heard maybe 4 or 5 songs off of this album. It might just be time to do a full album review. I know some of you have been suggesting a King Gizzard album review, but with LW, with Butterfly 3000, stuff like that, not many requests for Gumboot Soup. But it just out of consequence might just happen to be the one that gets the full album treatment. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for the request. I give it a thumb up across the board. Overall, again, not a bad song. So if you want to be that person to request something, just put it in the comments. I'll be sure to add it to my list. If you enjoyed the music, go listen to the artist. Go support them however you can. And, of course, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.